What's up, everybody? This is Ethan, and I'm gonna be adjusting this a little bit, okay? I played with my mom at one point, and I was glad that she got the move mechanic of you find the coordinate, and then this is your movement, and this is your power-up. She got that very quickly. But a couple problems that came in when I was playing with not only my mom, but with Caveman when we did it, one of the subscribers, who also helped me out with Discord, and I know I've said thank you a bunch of times, but I'm saying it again. So, one problem that Caveman and myself had was one of us would land on a coordinate with a spin. Here, let me do that. So, one of us would land on a spin, and the question was, so if it's my turn, let me grab a character here, we'll use Caroline. So if it's my turn, wait, I'm fixing the microphone. So if it's my turn, let's say I'm going to, let's say I can spin the whole board here. And I spin the whole board. Now, if I spun first, do I still get to move? Do I move using this new coordinate, or do I move using this coordinate? I mean, this coordinate. So do I use the power up first, or do I use the move first? But what if I was here and I said, okay, I'm going to move first? Well, does that mean this? You see what I'm saying? Like, we were coming to a conclusion of this is a little confusing because there's no what happens when you essentially have two moves in one. Okay, so there was that problem. Here comes this. It's probably, let me see if I can get a little closer here. Okay. So, now what I've done is, my mom made a interesting comment. She said, oh, what if you, or maybe she asked this, do you either get to spin or move? And I thought, oh, that's pretty interesting. But rather than having to ask that question, why not just fit that into the game? So I set it up now where this y-axis, depending on, is this a row or a column? I think this is a row. Depending on what row you land on, you either get to move or you get to spin. And these have different power-ups. So this is green with a jump. This one is green with a +1, so you get a +1 move. And when I say jump, I mean you can jump over a barrier. I'm thinking that will help to simplify this problem here. So I'm going to adjust the board, fix it up, and then playtest. Playtest for a little bit. Again, Thursday, 10 o'clock, we're going to do a live stream playtest of this guy. So let's start to fix the board up. Okay, so here we are. We've got the slight changes. Let's do a simple setup first. Now, another aspect to this is the number of barriers that exist. And if it should be more or less. Right now I don't have a whole lot, and that is because in the video game version there are not a lot. The only problem is that it's not a one-to-one. So in the video game version, because it's guaranteed that every 2, 3, and 7 moves, the board rotates, or different sections of the board rotate. It makes it a little harder to navigate. You also don't have any control over how they're moving. And there are no power-ups in the video game right now. So this board is based off of that. I mean, the fences and the barriers are based off of that. But at this point, they're quite different. So I might have to add more barriers to this because you have more control, because there are the other power-ups, etc. Okay, so let's zoom in a little bit more here. If you want to comment about something, you can make an accurate, use these numbers and letters to tell me a coordinate that you think something should have changed or something, I don't know. So here we are. Let's play test. Where's the hay? So lately I've been putting down, saying that at the start you'll get 3 moves. Why 3? I don't know, it seems like a number that can get you far enough out. Okay, at this point, I have shut off my mic so that I can focus on the game because I thought it was going to last a lot longer than it really did. And maybe you already could tell that there were going to be problems, and there were problems very, very fast. Now, it worked out at the beginning when I could move the characters 3 spaces, but this attempt at optimizing and making play smoother did not work out for me. And right here, it immediately becomes apparent that there's an issue. And the issue is that both characters on the y-axis, where there are the move values and now the rotation power-ups, both players are on a rotation power-up, but they're not on a move value. So they can't move. Neither player can move right now. So that immediately eliminated this idea for trying to smooth out the rough edges of having to decide, do you move first or do you rotate first? But then, as I'm staring at the board, I'm thinking to myself, well, what am I going to do? How could I... Is there a way that I could fix this? Maybe it's the order. Maybe it's because it's every other. That's the actual issue. And this is me giving a thumbs down. Wait, I really want to give a good thumbs down. Thumbs down. Boo. What do I do? Hands. So, I'm thinking, well, what if I do number, rotation, number, rotation, number? Or, like, maybe it's just the pattern that's the issue. So I'm going to give that a shot now. So I'm going to take the board apart real quick, and then I've got all these white squares. I'm going to erase them. Oh, and my camera is going to fight back. So I erase them, and now I'm looking at this new pattern of 2 numbers, 2 move values, then the rotation power up, 2 move values, rotation power up, move value. Don't know if it's going to work. Maybe it'll just be the same results, and I was hoping if there were similar results, maybe this would somehow, some way, it would keep the game going longer, and it would solve some sort of a problem. I have no idea what's going on here. I'm just fighting the... Oh, now we're upside down. We've switched the pattern on the board. That's why I'm doing this. 2 1 2 1 2 1 1, or 2 1 2 2 1, but the last two are the rotations, which ends up hurting me in the end. And now I'm just running through the game. Already there's a problem because Caroline is stuck. I mean, what do I do? Situation like this, if you don't have a move and you don't spin yourself, you lose a turn. That could be something. Speeding up the gameplay here. But there's that rule. Maybe you just lose a turn. Okay, fine. So we'll try it like that. You lose a turn, but look at what happens. Even with the spin, she was spun right to a place where now she's lost her turn again. And I was thinking, oh, geez, this is lame. Just one character moving around. Okay, so then we got another rotation. Cool. And at least, and it's not fun for that particular player, but at least there's movement going on, which is nice. Okay, now Caroline can go. Something. So it was working out, and it seemed interesting. It started to make me feel like I did not want to get the spinning board, though, which I don't know if I care for that. There's a situation where it doesn't work. Like, I'm trapped here. Here. It's a yellow, but me spinning the yellow doesn't do anything. So it leaves me... it leaves both sides stranded. I mean, unless you turn this y plus 1 into a move where it's something like it's plus 1 if you have a move, but it's also 1 if you don't have a move. But that seems to be too complicated of a system versus the thing before, which was you've moved every time. So it's interesting. It's seeming like the last version was really the only version that was going to work. So that was 2 different ways. I mean, yeah, 2 different ways. Trying to set that up. Maybe there's another way that could work. You guys let me know if you have any thoughts on that. Because it seems as though, I mean, it's 2 moves, and then 2 moves, but then it's only 2 moments to actually spin, which is the whole fun of the game. And I don't want to reduce that down to 2 sections. But there is something a little too confusing with this whole, do you move first or do you spin first? Let me guys know what you think. I'm at a bit of a loss here. I'm going to have to think about it. Until we meet again here. Bye, everybody.